Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. I am Angel,
I'm Adan.
and we're going to be talking about season three of He Man and the Masters of the Universe, currently streaming on Netflix. Is it worth the watch, or is it a waste of time? Dun, dun, dun. Spoilers. Also, we have no sponsors, but if you want to find out how you can save either on gas, groceries, or at a restaurant, check our description below. All right, so season three of He Man and the Master Universe premiered, well, the time of this review, it premiered Thursday, August 18th, 19th, 18th. Yeah, 18th. First impressions.
Better than season two.
That's it. For me, it was what I wanted in season two. It was like what you said. Season two was a filler season.
Oh, absolutely.
It took a long way to set up what happened in season three.
Well, let's put it this way.
Anyway,
The way they picked it up, they honestly could have condensed season two into like maybe three, maybe four episodes. I'm being a little bit generous for them. Just condensed it down to the nitty gritty, picking up where they left off with season one with two episodes, finish off with season two, last two episodes of season two, condense all that down, 4 episode
right.
part. And that would have been a great intro to season four. I mean, season three. I'm losing my seasons. And then from there, just go running. And that's what they did. Starting up with season three, they were running with it. And it was like, it was back to where we wanted it to. And very little filler. I would dare say less filler in this one than was even in season one.
It just came out swinging. Like you said, it picked up immediately after where season two ended.
Yeah.
Where Rampage, Skeletor are in Grayskull and He-Man's coming in trying to rescue her, save her from making a big mistake. And then that fight ensues. And yeah, it was just almost every episode had action in it.
Pretty relevant to the story also. There was only maybe one or two episodes that were less relevant to the story, but they still built upon it. Like, you get that one MacGuffin or to get through. And I what episode I'm talking about. That was also a laugh episode.
That's I think it's one of my favorites too.
I know why.
So we'll just say it right now. Episode 6. Is that the one?
Yeah, that was pretty much the one.
They did a scene where Orko is finally bringing out his magic. One of the spells he cast on his friends to save them because they were like sick. They had the havoc in them. And they changed into Kevin Smith's He-Man, Man at Arms, Tila. And I cracked up so hard because I didn't expect it. It was an awesome call to it or recognition of the other show that's also streaming on Netflix. And it also reminded me of Archer when they did, I don't know which season it was, but the first episode of that season, they did a similar where Archer is at Bob's Burger.
Oh yeah, that was like one of the later seasons. I want to say it was like season
right, and it like that. And it was like reflective of the movie and comic book History of Violence. So it was like, and I saw that, I was like, and I was like, I got a big kick out of it, and that became one of my favorite episodes or scenes of season 3 of He-Man: The Master of the Universe. There's some other great stuff too, but that was the one.
Yeah.
And what about you? And you, did you found the same thing? Because I mean, I told you, I don't know. I was
as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, oh, that's the scene that my brother was talking about. At first, I was like, maybe he was confusing episode 5 because episode 5, he pretty much was Hulk He-Man. He was green. He was enraged. He was like just smashing things and leaping everywhere. But like he was like having fun with it. And he's like, I am cool. He's like, this is great. I don't know why people don't like this. Yeah, I got this role wrong. I'm like, oh, he's just the Incredible Hulk, but not savage.
Oh,
Episode 5 was a callback. It's the one callback to season 2, realistically, because then you have Stratos and his team that came out of
right.
nowhere. And honestly, they
And
weren't used for anything else.
no, they were just there to bring back Adam or He-Man to his senses. But yeah, there was like no real need for that team.
As a matter of fact, like even when we get to the climactic end where Skeletor becomes, what's the technical name for Skeletor in that mode? Like God mode Skeletor?
Let's call it that, because
Yeah.
and that was also his armor costume was very relevant or in reference to Kevin Smith's in God
Hmm.
mode because he had a similar look.
But here it kind of made they didn't say like, oh, it's just the natural evolution of getting the power. It was like it's because
Mhm.
he reincarnated himself using the body of Grayskull as it was corrupting.
Right.
And then like I'm like, that makes actually better sense in
Right.
actuality.
I liked about season three. It gave more backstory and they moved it along quickly. They didn't stick with it like season two stuck with some story aspects.
Yeah.
It moved along. You saw Gray Skull. He got turned real quick by accepting the havoc to defeat the bats. What was he trying? What was
The snakes.
defeating the snake? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes, and you saw the history of Tila, how she came about, how she met many faces.
Hmm.
A little more history on
The sorceress.
also a little bit about Orko, but not really the robotic Orko, but
OG.
the the OG, the living incarnation.
You even get a little bit of Evelyn, Evelyn,
Hmm.
but that's at the very, very, very end. You even get like a background
Yes,
history of Merman who we didn't see up until this season. And I'm like, I don't remember a time where I'm like, Merman was a cool guy. And I'm like, here, I'm like, I kind of like Merman here, like the way they did him.
like he was like a cult leader or cult follower, if you
Hmm.
will, and that was also reminiscent into Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe, where there was a cult group led by Triclops in that
Yeah,
series.
for Motherboard.
So you have that similarities from both shows. And talking about Merman and talking about Orko and also Many Faces, it was the first time I realized, well, after actually when I heard Merman, I was like, they're getting some more A-list stars in the show because that was done by George Takei. I won't say he's A-list, but he's a famous, his voice is very famous.
Yeah,
Stephen Fry.
well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They even did
Well, he goes,
the
oh
oh
my.
my.
When he, yeah, right when he gets crushed.
I didn't
Right
realize
when
it at first, and then I heard the oh my. I'm like, George
yeah, exactly. That's same here. When I heard that voice, I was like, "Oh my god, that is him!" I was like, "All right," because in the original, not the original, but in the Kevin Smith's version, the voice of Merman is by Kevin Conroy. You know, famously known for his voice work in as Batman and Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne in the animated series. Manny Faces, even though he was in the second season, I didn't know, but is voiced by Stephen Fry, and we know Stephen Fry from a lot of projects, but recently from The Sandman. He was that planet,
Oh, the Evergreen. Is it the
the
Evergreen?
Evergreen.
Yeah, it's the Evergreen.
I remember, but that's him. That's Stephen Fry. Again, they may not be A-listers now. They were at one time,
Mm-hmm.
but they're well known. Their voices are well known. For me, I enjoy that. I got a kick out of that to hear their voices done into this kid directed program. And speaking about being a kid directed program, I saw a lot of references to, again, Star Wars. There's like two lines or two actions that it was like the tone and verbatim how the lines were said. It was just like from Star Wars. I'm thinking like more like the prequels where
Mm-hmm.
Anakin turns to Vader in that aspect, and to Avengers. There was a big callback to Avengers. Do you know what scene?
No, I'm drawing a blank. I feel like as soon as you mention it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I just can't remember who was who doing it because there was so much going on. But who was it? Oh, it was, I think it was Rampage. She got caught and she was being slammed into the ground by, I think, Skeletor.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, like he was just like doing the Loki smash maneuver.
Or Loki, the Hulk smash with
Yeah.
Loki. Yes, this season for being a kids program or a program directed to the much younger audience
Hmm.
was very dark.
It did have some a real dark moments. Yeah.
It got to the level or it's almost same or even pushed it a little bit more than Kevin Smith's. That's how I felt. I was like, oh, they got really serious here. They got deep. They're the stakes are high. They're showing how high the stakes are.
Yeah.
Yes, they has some light moments and here and there. They have the cute moments, but they did a 180 in comparison to season two
I
because
agree.
season two felt very too kid friendly. Even the season one was like that too, but you had the balance in season one.
And, like they even killed off some characters. Like Merman, great example. He was there for like only a couple of episodes, and there was no sign that he was going to survive. Like he looked like he got killed off, and
Right.
just as soon as they brought him in, so there was threat in that world. They even talked about. They said the multiverse. I think I want to
Mm-hmm.
say. Or am I wrong? Did they say the multiverse?
They said something similar
Yeah,
to my
probably.
recollection.
But either way,
Yeah.
like when Skeletor got the power of Eternia and Havoc, and he turned into like not only God Skeletor, but like now demigod or demiurge, whatever, like monster store, Monstor. I'm gonna call him that now, Monstor. Is like he was like a credible threat to all the
Mm-hmm.
characters. It's not like they couldn't do anything with him. But yeah, no, they definitely ramped up a lot of things on it. The one character I wanted to mention was at the end, which did you recognize who that was supposed to be?
Shira's arch enemy.
I think his name is Hordak.
I went to look at IMDb
Uh huh.
and they didn't have the information yet because I guess they take some time first to see like when the episodes come out and then they put in because at the
Mm.
time of this recording or the time I viewed the season, IMDb had very little on who was in season three. Probably by now they have a full list of the actors and which episodes they were in and who they were. But yeah, at the moment, I don't know. But yeah, that was cool. And then that was another Star Wars moment where he tells Evil Lynn how they're related.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Well, okay. She's Luke and or in this case Leia, and he's Vader. It's all right.
Instead of going
But
like "I am your father," he just goes "You are my daughter," which honestly, that does give the answer because she even asks in the show. She's like, "I get why you get a bird and why you get all this, but why do I get a bat? Beastman
right.
turns into this, Trapjaw turns into this, but why a bat? It makes no sense." Her
Right.
character trying to figure herself out. It's just kind of funny.
Mhm. And I forgot that Beastman, not Beastman, Trapjaw was responsible for Orko and Triclops and Men at Arms.
Yeah.
In this series, he creates Orko, he creates Triclops, and Men at Arms was they were working together, or Duncan. They were like I think he was his protege or something like that.
Yeah, it was like apprentice because like he basically just used him for a lot of other tasks.
And when that scene where they join powers to build the dams, he says, I am a builder. I couldn't help but think of that television show.
Bob the Builder.
Something. Yes. I couldn't help but
Just see
think of
Bob
that.
the Builder be
It's like,
like, I am a builder.
I don't know why that popped in my head when he did that. Overall, I mean, this is worth, in my opinion, watching. This is worthy of watching. It fixed it. It justified season two.
True.
Agree. Okay, you agree.
Yeah.
Um,
Only because,
is
like
this
I said, we could have skipped a lot of episodes in season two, but
right?
in the crucial episodes, this season made a season two worthwhile just to get this point.
Hmm. And I'm happy that we stuck around because sometimes we will stop watching. Like I have stopped watching many shows because of where the direction they were going.
Mm-hmm.
And Now I think there's only 10 episodes, so they're under 30 minutes. So luckily
It's a quick
it
watch.
wasn't that long. Yes, a quick watch. Is there any moments that you didn't like? I mean, for me, it was the Stratos and his crew. The
Yeah.
comeback that was a waste.
No, I agree with that. Like, it's
Yeah,
like I understand, but like they could have gotten the whole like talk He-Man down, depower He-Man down, without Stratos and what. They didn't really do anything
right. I mean, if they came in to help with the battle,
at the end.
yeah, or any time that they were needed, that where the stakes were very high and seemed all that was lost, that they would come in to be a boost of morale.
Like the
But
cavalry,
to help.
like a resource that you can pull in.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And they didn't do that, unfortunately.
No,
But
they really didn't.
no. But the box from Orko, that reminded me of like a Pandora's box. When you open it and all this stuff comes out, you don't know what's in there. That gave me that feeling, even though it may not have been. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. Like I said, that was my least favorite. Was the Stratos team. What
I
about you again? Was that the same?
That was the same. Because honestly, like that was something that could have been scratched easily. Even like the part where they were swapping bodies with the vegetables, the bouncy vegetables.
The
That had
Teletubbies. That's what it reminded me of. Teletubbies.
they
That's what it
were
reminded me of.
they were like the cross between Teletubbies and the gummy bears.
Right,
The
right,
old Disney cartoon gummy bears just bouncing on the vine. To me, that had more worth than Stratos' team, and
right.
that's
But
not good.
I mean, I'm glad they fixed it right away because I was like, oh no, hopefully they'll make a whole episode of this
Yeah.
where they're as the Teletubbies or those bouncy things, or that they're switched bodies like for like a Freaky Friday kind of thing. And I was like, oh man, I hope they just don't do another episode, but
Plus,
they
we didn't
fixed
get
it
that
right
much
away.
Bobcat Gold.
No, we didn't. I was like, oh,
Yep,
because that's what I was looking forward to. But it was funny though that team, Stratos team, even made fun of itself
we did.
in a way like, why are we here? They didn't say that, but they're like made fun of the teams like, we're birds, a moth, an insect, and then one was like, I don't know what I am. I'm not even. Why am I on this team?
No, they all
What's
said
that?
like you're the only one that's a bird. All of us are like insects or like of some kind, and you're the only bird. That makes no sense. And that was like Bob's dialogue, right?
It was him or the other one. I can't remember who said it, but anyway, regardless of that, the action was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was like, even though it was a season three, it was their Empire Strikes Back,
Ooh, I can see that.
where it's darker, there's more action, there's more at stake. I mean, I'm sorry, I've done it before and I'll keep doing it. I'll always reference Star Wars to other stuff because it came out in 1977. And then this 3 years, then 80 and then 83, the sequels, whatever. But those are pretty much fundamentals or foundations of for many projects today, many film or television shows today. That is the archetype that a
Yeah.
lot of writers, directors use to help tell a story. Obviously, it's going to be a season four. I'm not sure we'll do a review on it, but I am definitely looking forward to it. It has taken another avenue to the mythos of that I'm not going to say persona, but that medium.
Hmm.
Because Kevin Smith is totally different. That's like, this is 3D animation, that's 2D, and that's actually funny too. When Adam says, "I feel a little flat," when he was
Yeah,
when he
I
was
laughed
Kevin
at that.
Smith, yeah, I was like, well, we know why you feel flat, but okay. But I just hope they don't go back to the same premise of season two. They may, if the reviews or parents complain, it's too dark, it's not so kid friendly, blah, blah, blah. Now, is this worth the own if you didn't have streaming? I would say yes. How? off the clearance, off the rack or what have you. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, if it was on
yeah.
sale, I might do it. Yeah.
And I'm definitely looking for season 4. What about you? Any predictions? You think now that he's in it,
Do
you
they bring in a
know,
Shira? That would be cool.
because the thing is, remember in season 2, he said, He-Man, Adam said to his father that she's like a sister to me. I want her to be like so. But the father didn't say anything.
Hmm.
Could he kept that hush, or
Well, like
maybe
because the
maybe
mother's
it's
been
all
out of
fun.
the
Maybe
picture.
the mother's been out of the picture, but also maybe he had the king had an affair somewhere that's from playing around. When kings sometimes they get a little they soil the soil, soak their oats,
This is like you quoting "Coming to America" now. So
something like that.
soil your wild oats.
I don't know, like but the thing that could have happened, and then he has a illegitimate child that he didn't know about that happens to be Shira. Oh, wait, are they brothers and sisters or are they cousins?
I always thought they were cousins.
It's been so long since I've seen the stories, and they're also already Netflix does has a Shira series out.
Totally different
I have
pace. I haven't. I only watched a couple episodes long, long ago, but they had like several seasons, and it's a
right.
completely different feel.
I mean, I had never seen it, but I've seen the animation, and it felt very different
Yeah.
compared to the first one, because the original there was that you could see that connection. The animation was the same, done by the same company. Anything else? I think that's it, right? I mean, there was so much. It's at the 10 episodes, there is so much going on, so many good gotcha moments. The action is good. There are some funny moments here and there as
Hmm.
well to break up the intensity. They break up the intensity.
I mean, they did give Adam some new powers and techniques. They
Talk
didn't
about
hammer
power.
it into your face. They just like, hey, here's a moment, new power, blown over. Like, okay, cool.
What power is that? I
Uh,
know I know the sword became now a shield.
yeah.
Oh, and that's also
I could be wrong. The thing when he powered up and teamed up with Rampage.
well, yes, that's the thing. I was going to say here in this season, the members can combine their power. They can upgrade.
Oh, that was in season two.
That was in season 2.
Season two they started doing the combining techniques. I want to say.
Oh, okay. So, but here was a lot. They were mixed matching, and then with Rampage, right? They did it was like a slingshot kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, where she threw a planet on him.
No, it was like
Again,
it was like they she merged with the planets. They came back down, turned into swords, merged with the power of the swords. They became buzzsaws. So they
right?
threw
But
them.
didn't she like grab a planet or asteroid and slam it on Skeletor? That was again a
Oh,
callback to
I want to say
Avengers
that was
with
her first technique. Yeah.
yeah that she that was from Thanos throwing a planet on Tony
Oh,
Stark.
I did like the moment where He Man was facing off with like God's Skeletor, and he does his power move. Skeletor does his power move, which is a new move, and he
Hmm.
raises up this giant skeletal arm. And as he's doing that, his hand glows. He comes back to reach. He goes. He blows on his hand. He's like, and then he punches through to He Man. I was like, that was the best moment. This version of Skeletor is honestly one of my favorite versions of Skeletor through season 1 through 3. I just love this portrayal of Skeletor. He's like a villain who loves to have fun.
He loves being bad.
He loves being bad. He loves being and having fun with it. And he'll call out
Hmm.
things that he's like, that makes no sense. Like when He Man
Right.
comes in, he's like, Skeletor was talking to Rampage. He goes, I actually enjoyed the time we worked together. And He Man goes, so did I. And he calls him out. He
Right,
goes,
right.
we never worked together. He's like, I met with Rampage. He's like, that makes no sense.
That's where the humor comes in, where
Yeah.
it breaks that tension. I mean, I understood where He-Man was coming from, and Skeletor like brings it to light. I was like, wait a minute, what? What are you talking about? All right, that's gonna be it for us on our series review of the third season of He-Man in the Master Universe, currently streaming on Netflix. Until next time, will be the next time. I am Angel.
I'm a Don.
Love you, bro.
Love you, bro.